hacking, stand-up comedy, right? Oh my God, music, theater, entrepreneurship, anything, cybersecurity, social media influencer, YouTuber. Yes, yes, content creators. My God, can you imagine? Sports. The list is so different from what it used to be. So today our young ones, 16, 17, 18, will they be talking about, I want a government job? I'm not saying they won't, but will this be on the top of the list? No. That's how the world of careers is changing. Now, my next question. If my subject is physics, chemistry, and bio, my subjects are physics, chemistry, and bio. What were the most talked about careers with physics, chemistry, biology? Doctor. The first thing that a student will talk about is physics, chemistry, bio means doctor. Similarly, physics, chemistry, and math would mean first thing is engineering. Now, my question is, I have got physics, chemistry, biology. Can medicine or becoming doctor be the only choice? No. So can you quickly tell me what all can happen with physics, chemistry, biology? Quickly. My God, even before I say it, look at this. Look at this. Biotechnology, agriculture, horticulture, sericulture, pharmacy, bio, paramedics, environment, public policy, food science, genetics, genome research, microbiology, marine biology, clinical psychology. Oh my God. Wow. Wow. We have about 140 plus career options with this combination, and not just medicine. Now, my next question to a physics, chemistry, math student. I am removing 6 careers from your plate. To a physics, chemistry, math student, I'm removing 6 careers. No engineering, no computer application, no architecture, merchant navy, NDA, or teaching. Okay? No engineering, computer application, architecture, merchant navy, NDA, and some. What else can be done with physics, chemistry, and math? For many of the students, it will be a challenge. Why? Because suddenly you've removed the most talked about 5 or 6 careers. But look at the chat. Again, so many possibilities. Now, my next question. I am a commerce with math without math student. Okay, my subjects are economics, accounts, business studies, math, whatever. Can you tell me, I want to do undergrad business management? Okay, I want to do business management after 12th. What kind of specializations do you know in business management? What kind of specializations? Marketing, finance, operations, international business, right? Oil and natural gas, BBA in big data, digital marketing, BBA in computational analytics, right? Wow. Logistics, BBA in hospitality, BBA in hospital management. We are looking at 60 plus specializations. 60 plus specializations. Did we have all of them in the 80s and 90s? No. Now, my next question. My subjects are history, political science. My subjects are history, political science, economics, math, or psychology, sociology, any of these 5 subjects. Is law and UPSC or teaching the only option for these students? It's a big no. You can have hundreds of possibilities with these subjects. Hundreds of possibilities. And I'll share them. I'll share them with you. Now, when you talk about political science, it is not just law and UPSC. Someone said international relations, then diplomacy, public policy. And it's not just political science alone. Political science with sociology, political science with psychology, political science and economics, political science and history, combination. My God, so many. Today you have something called election management coming up in a big way. So there are so many possibilities within these areas. It's not like the good old days. The good old days, what was the understanding? All the intelligent ones will take what? All the intelligent students will take what? What subjects? Science. And the ones good for nothing, the good for nothing ones will take arts. And people who are hanging somewhere in the middle will move to commerce. I'm sorry, no. I am the topper of the school. I can very well take humanities. I can take whatever subject combination. And by the way, just to clarify, I'm a student with physics, chemistry, math, bio, whatever. And I'm a student with history, political science, economics, math, sociology, psychology, whatever combination. This one can have many, many more career choices than this student. But what's the normal way of going about it? Parents will say, so if a student says, Dad, Mom, I'm very good in science. I can score about 90%. I'm equally good in social sciences. Again, 90%. Math is also very fine. So math, social science, science. I'm scoring very well. What should I take? Take science in 11th and 12th. But why? No, you must explore science. I get it, but I'm not sure. It could be social science also. No, but if you do social science now, you can't come back to science. So therefore, do science first, and then you could move left, right. And because of this, in the early 80s or 90s, out of 100 students, I'm just giving you data, out of 100 students, how many of them would take up science? In the 80s and 90s, out of 100 students, how many of them would take up science? It used to be high 80s. Yes. And today in 2023, what has that ratio dropped to? The ratio has dropped to about 60%. And again, depending upon state to state, city to city, the ratio can vary. It's not like a national average. Down south, still it is very high. Okay? Science ratio is very high. Now my next question to you. There used to be a saying. I'm sorry, I'll break it in Hindi, the saying. पढ़ोगे लिखोगे बनोगे नवाब खेलोगे कूदोगे हो जाओगे खराब. Right? It means that if you study well, you'll really become great. And if you don't study well, if you play, you'll be spoiled. Can you tell me, does this hold true today? No. Now, let me ask you another thing. I want to make a career in sports. I am a student in 11th or 12th. I want to make a career in sports. Do I have to play? Do I have to necessarily play that sport? Do I have to be a nationally or an internationally recognized champion in that sport to make a career in sport? No. No. Listen to this: sports medicine, sports nutrition, sports marketing, sports injury management specialist, sports commentary, sports wellness, sports fitness, sports scouting, sports physiotherapy, sports law, sports data, sports statisticians, data scientists, sports journalism, esports, sports technology. These are just few possibilities. Yes, yes, thank you. Now, what are we talking about? I'm not saying suddenly sports has become the most amazing thing in India. No, things are changing. Things are changing. It's a viable career opportunity. So, another example, my favorite example. When you talk about a tournament called IPL, Indian Premier League, few people can think it's all about cricket. Okay? That there'll be a bowler who'll bowl, there'll be a batsman who'll hit, and there'll be so many fielders trying to grab the ball and bring it back. And then there'll be an umpire saying out or 4 or 6 or a no ball or a wide. And there'll be people sitting in the stadium clapping. My question to you, think about all the possible careers related to this game. During those 2-3 months when this tournament is in operation, what all careers come to your mind? See, advertising, management, trainers, event management industry, food and nutrition, public relations. Very good. Now, just to make it easy for you, I will talk about the industries and careers. First, where do these matches take place? In the ground, stadiums. So, managing that ground, keeping that grass, weather conditions, water, rain, and pitch curation. Pitch curators. Then let's move to team, bowling coach, batting coach, fielding coaches, paramedics, support staff, physiotherapists, sports injury management specialists, sports nutritionists there. Then those people sitting with their laptops, along with their teams, data statisticians, sports analysts, who will tell you how the other team performs, what kind of bowling needs to be brought in when this person comes in. From there, the entire event management industry, logistics, supply chain, entire hospitality, media, not only drone operators, production, editing, sound, technology, cameramen, transport industry. Then manufacturing, hundreds of equipments, entire manufacturing industry, lawyers to draft your agreements, your logos, designers, social media evangelists, people who will handle your social media. From there to entire gaming industry, UI UX developers, game testers, game engineers, game developers, cheerleaders, umpires, content writers, media influencers. It is insane. I am just typing for you, for all of you. Look at this. 700 plus careers related to 700 plus careers just related to IPL, scouting agents. Yes, Yes, that's the level. Welcome to the new age of careers. Now I'll ask you another question. When we had these kinds of combinations, definitely after 12th you'll go to a college. What kind of combinations you could do? Science students, engineering, medicine, blah, blah, blah. Or a BCom, BSc, BA. Could you pick up a career like this? Excuse me, sir, I want to study nuclear physics. Along with that, sir, I want to pick up history. Sir, I want little bit of political science also. Or sir, I want to study biology, but along with biology, I also want to subspecialize in economics. Could you do that? No. No, not at all. And we are not even waiting for the national education policy, the new national education policy to bring about this change. Yes, yes, absolutely. NEP will bring about huge change. But that's where liberal education comes in. So, can I pick up a major or a double major? Can I do triple major in India? Single major, double major, triple major? Yes. Yes. Can I pick up a major and a minor combination? Yes. Can I bring in a little bit of artificial intelligence, a little bit of entrepreneurship, and then I can do a few credit program in understanding anatomy along with design, and I can bring in a little bit of business management and then philosophy and major in psychology? Absolutely doable. However, will all the conventional universities, have they changed? No. And suddenly Banaras Hindu University, Jamia Millia, Aligarh Muslim University, Allahabad University, Delhi University, have they all changed? No. This initiative is being drawn by mostly the private universities, right? So how many such universities are there right now? As I'm talking to you, about 20 to 30 universities, and while we are moving on, there'll be more and more universities bringing about this change where students can customize their education, where they can pick and choose, where I can study a science subject, pick up a little bit on business, and also add another passion. For example, I'm interested in Western music. Okay, I'm also equally interested in physics. So can I study physics and music together? Absolutely. Can I study an Indian dance format with history? Why not? That's where we are moving. Now, how recent is this phenomenon? Has it been there for a very long time? No. Last about 10 to 15 years, this is changing. And as I'm talking to you, more and more changes taking place in the higher education space. Now, my next question. Yes, don't worry. All of you I know are excited to know about these universities. My team will share this, don't worry. And in case we forget, I'll share my email ID with you. Here we go. This is my direct email ID. I've already shared, or you can just connect with our team to get to know. Now, my next question. How were we selected for these universities? Simple question. How in 12th class, if you wanted to move to a university, what was the selection criteria? Absolutely right. Merit. In the good old days, it was cut off. Get a 80%, then it moved to 85, then 90, then 95, and certain colleges even 99 was not safe. So at one point of time, merit was the feature. Then what changed? Entrance exams came in. Entrance exams came in a big way. Okay? So National Law Schools, entrance exam, NID, NIFT, fashion technology, fashion design, and other courses, entrance exam, IIT, JEE, BITSAT, and other exams. I want to make it to architecture, entrance exam. I want to look at business management, entrance exam. Then entrance exams became a big thing. Now there is a third angle, which is profile evaluation. Now, what are these colleges looking at? The new trend. What are they looking at? They don't just ask for your 12th class marks. I repeat, they don't just ask for your 12th class marks. They can look at your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th class marks. Next, absolutely right. Interest, voluntary activities like academic and allied and non-academic activities, what is called co-curricular or extracurricular activity. What's there? Is there more to your personality? Is there music, art, sports, social community service, and so on? Then your CV, resume, then essays, statement of purpose, a letter of recommendation from the teacher, and then aptitude test. An aptitude test can contain what? Purely English. It could be grammar, it could be vocabulary, little bit of reading comprehension to check. It will also involve math of grade 9th and 10th. It can involve analytical reasoning, logical reasoning, and then of course they can question you to know your general awareness, which is GK. Post which it will be followed by an interview. So therefore the program, the selection criteria is also undergoing a change. And then they make an offer to you. Now, is this easily available for every student in the country? No, not at all. So we have a long way to go. We keep talking about IT, the reach. We also keep talking about that during the COVID, online education was made available to all and sundry. No, there are still millions who don't have great access to education. There are still millions, forget about education, there can be a big question mark even on a lot of other things. So yes, we are making progress, but there is a long way to go. And national education policy, if implemented in a right manner, could change things for us. Moving on. Now, let's understand what else has changed. When we are talking about, yes, Keshava, there are so many careers, how do we document? It's not possible to document. Not possible to document at all because there is a flood of careers. So therefore, what we need to understand is structure, process. Like, just to give you an idea, Keshava, I'm giving you this example just to kind of, put it in perspective. So say I want to do undergrad business management in India. I'm just giving you an example, okay? One example just to highlight. Then, so there are integrated programs, BBA plus MBA. It's a 5-year program. There are also institutes which are offering 4-year program, undergrad business management. There are universities still offering 3-year program. So a student can have 3-year, 4-year, and a 5-year integrated. There'll be certain institutions where the eligibility will be, if you have math in your 11th and 12th, you're welcome. Most places, even without math, it's possible. Then there'll be few who will give importance to your 10th and 12th marks. There'll be certain institutions who will not even look at your 10th and 12th, only crack the entrance. Then there'll be certain who'll say crack the entrance, followed by an interview, you're selected. Then there'll be certain institutions which will look at your extracurricular and co-curricular activities. Now suddenly you have so many institutions to choose from, and each one of them having a different criteria. Someone can say, I can have one exam every year. Someone will say, I'll give you 3 choices, 4 choices in the same year. So that has become confusing and complicated. Absolutely. Welcome to an area called career guidance. Career guidance. Is it missing? Absolutely missing from our institutions. Absolutely missing from the school. All the schools. We have close to 1.5 million schools, which is about 15 lakh schools. How many private schools in the country? Around 3.4, 3.5 lakh schools. About 3.4, 3.5 lakh private schools. And out of those 3.4 or 3.5 lakh private schools, how many schools will have a full-fledged career guidance ecosystem? Can anyone give me an idea? Out of 3.4 or 3.5 lakh, Lavanya says 20 to 30%. Someone says 10 to 15%. Not even 1%. Not even 1% of the schools in the country will have a full-fledged ecosystem for career guidance. You know why? Because career guidance is still, oh, parents will say, we know it all. Teachers will say, we'll know it all. Then let's ask our neighbors, siblings, and that's how hit and trial we'll talk about careers. It's so simple. So simple. And they will spend lakhs and lakhs on school education, lakhs and lakhs on coaching, but not knowing what to do with the education. Let's pick up subjects, but they don't know what those subjects will open, what kind of doors for you. Or let's pick up these subjects because we score good marks, but they will not know whether those subjects are in alignment with your aptitude, whether that career is in alignment with your personality. And when I'm talking about career guidance, forget about 2 words called mental health and emotional well-being. We haven't even scratched the surface. Emotional well-being and mental health, such an important thing. Special needs, special education. You can have floodlights in our country to find special educators. So what do we do with those kids who have special needs? There are still cities in our country where humanities or arts as a subject not available. 20 batches in grade 11. 20 batches in grade 11. 18 for science, 2 for commerce. What about humanities? There are no takers. Why? No, Parikshit, when parents don't want to do it, why should we talk about it? Why should we even offer? So on one side, I'm trying to show you a picture that yes, a lot of things are changing, but we are still far away. So we need to understand this. Yeah. Though, I mean, when I compared this kind of an education system or the changes compared to how it was when we were growing, my God, amazing change. But that's why my line is, yes, it's happening, but long way to go. Another quick question for all of you. Look at a teacher. Look at a teacher in 2019. What would a teacher do? Walk into the classrooms. Each teacher is a dawn in the classroom. Whether you are using a slate or a blackboard or a whiteboard or a smart board, teacher knows that subject well, goes and teach, can see the class, can look at the students, can see who's studying, who's not studying, read their body language, connect with them, give more time to people who need, who have doubts and so on, right? Now, what did COVID do? 2020, dismantle the entire system. And now the same teacher has to teach via a platform. Now, whether it's a Google, whether it's a Meet, or it's a it's a Zoom or other platforms, but the teacher has no idea. So number one, how to deal with this technology. Number two, you can't see all your students. Their cameras are shut. And tons of times, it's not the students who are listening to you. It's the parents who are sitting and saying, let's see whether the teacher is teaching right or not. And the students are sleeping or playing video games. Now, how do you connect with the audience when you can't even see the audience? How do you motivate them? How do you inspire them? How do you excite them about the subjects? And then how do you conduct exams when it's WhatsApp groups happening on the side and there is massive unethical means of getting marks? How do you handle that? How do you talk about? How do you teach students when they say, excuse me, Alexa and Siri will do a better job, or a Chat GPT will give me entire thing? Oh, you are talking about writing an essay. I can tell, I can give a prompt to Chat GPT and say, give it to me in 250 words or 500 words, when they will do everything. So therefore, why would I ask my students to memorize? They will say, we don't need to. Everything is available to us at the click of a button. So therefore, teaching has to change. Teaching methodology has to change. The pedagogy has to change. There has to be more connect. It cannot just be a presentation. Presentation they can download from anywhere. So that's where massive change is coming into our education. And now, talking about, let me ask you another question. When you were growing up, when you were in your school or college, and whenever you were in school, and if you went to your parents and said, Mom, Dad, I have decided I will not go to college. I will do something else on the side, and I will do online degree or a correspondence program. What would be their reaction? That I would pick up an online degree or correspondence. They would never accept. My father would have picked up whatever came to in his hand, and he would have said, okay, baby, come on. Today we'll play a game. No way. Why? Because what will be the education? What will be the skill set? Who will employ you? Who will look at it? What will you learn? And today, the Harvards and the Oxfords and the IIMs, the IITs, everywhere you see online education being accepted. Now we are moving into another area called double degree concept. You can have 2 degrees. Online education. So therefore, there are a lot of changes coming in. Customize your own major. Make your own degree program. Pick up this, pick up that. And therefore, career guidance is also going to be equally important at the higher education level. Because once you've got your degree, then what to do next? And it is not just about degrees. It's also about skill set. It's also about your understanding. It's about your internships, your projects, your real practical learning, life skills. That's also equally important. Because you don't know how you're riding a wave and suddenly that skill is no more in operation, not so much in use. What do? So you park yourself, unlearn, relearn, and you're back riding another wave. So that's what I was talking about, lifelong learning. Same teachers had to adapt. had to understand how to connect with the students in an entirely different way. So therefore, lifelong learning is also an important and integral part of our new age careers. Let me also share another thing. When you meet, I don't know how many of you have gone through this, that usually our second or third careers are careers of our own choice. Many of you in your 30s and 40s would have felt this. Our first career for many of them was not a career of their choice. Why? Because there was so much of influence, parental, societal, relatives, and so on. And we did not have the gall to say, this is what I wanted to do. I always wanted to, be into hospitality. Always wanted to be a writer. I wanted to do this. It's only once you've grown, you've established yourself, that's where you get the courage to say, I always wanted to do this. And that's why a career, it could be second or third career of a choice. That's where all the pressure, all the expectations, all the influence just disappears, and we are able to take a call of our own. And that's how I found my calling. No one told me that I'm going to make a decent coach, okay? So I just figured it on my own, of course, through hit and trial. I wish someone guided me that, Parikshit, you could make a decent coach. No, I had no idea whatsoever. So one last thing before I say bye-bye to you is, a lot of people ask us, and this is my favorite reply again. A lot of people ask us, Parikshit, why ICCC? What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to convey? And let me share something. 1.5 million schools I talked about, 3.5 lakh private schools. What kind of numbers are we talking about? Roughly about 2.3 crore students writing 8th, then 9th, 2.1 crore writing the 10th class board exam, roughly about 2 crore 11th, and about 1.9 crore writing the 12th class board exams. We're talking about 40 plus boards in India. 40 plus boards in India. It's not just CBSE or ICSE or IB or Cambridge state boards. Now, therefore, we are looking at close to 100 to 110 million. How much? 100 to 110 million students in India, which is about 11 crores. And no system of career guidance. So therefore, ICCC is just our way, is Mindler's way of reaching out to people, like-minded people, to say, please wake up to this area called career guidance. Please look at it. You may not want to become a career coach, but at least get an idea that there is more to career guidance. And even if one of you says, I am going to go and inspire others, motivate others to think about career guidance at the right time, or do you want to reach out